While looking for facts about some of the dinos that were going in the herbivore pack, I had to search up a word that described the Protoceratops, as it was something that I've never really heard of before. And the word was cathameral, and the definition of it is when a creature is active both during the day and the night, unlike being active during day or night, so either being diurnal or nocturnal. And that kind of made me think. If the third game is going to be made, it of course would have to have enough functionality and a great amount of new things to actually be worthwhile for customers to buy. Jurassic World Evolution 2 already has an amazing attention to detail and added so many new features that most people enjoy enough that they probably don't think they need to buy a new game. However, looking at the new territory mechanics and other dinosaur cohabitation requirements that the second game added, it already went above and beyond from the first game in terms of things like that. But I think the third game could implement a more detailed activity time for the dinosaurs. By activity time, I'm talking about whether a creature is diurnal, so being active during the day, nocturnal, being active during the night, cathameral, being active at both times, and crepuscular, being active at dawn and dusk hours. So each dino or flying reptile, or marine reptile for that matter, would follow under one of these, quote, activity types, or basically just when they're active and when they're not active. And then their behavior would become based around that. So if a creature was diurnal, it would eat, be active, move around, socialize during the day. And nocturnal creatures, of course, would be the opposite and would do that all during the night. The other two would follow the same suit of the creatures being more active or eating, socializing whenever their times are, so either at dawn or dusk, or both day and night. In the first and second game, every once in a while you'll see a dino sleeping, but they only sleep for a couple of minutes, if that. So it's not that realistic. They try to make it realistic, but it could be a little better, I feel. So this new mechanic would make it feel much more realistic based on how real animals would actually act based on when they're active. So diurnal dinos would sleep during the night, obviously, and nocturnal would sleep during the day. Frontier could also add very neat game elements and implications along with this new feature, and it would all come down to the creature's rating. If a diurnal creature sleeps during the night, the rating would decrease just a bit since it's sleeping and since it's not doing much, so guests wouldn't really want to watch a dinosaur sleep. Well, maybe they would. I don't know. We'll say in this case they wouldn't want to. They think it's too boring, so they would rather go watch something else, a nocturnal dino, even though why would you be at Jurassic Park at night? I don't know. In the world, they probably have, like, night. They probably allow you to walk around at night a bit, because I don't know. I'm getting off track. The rating would decrease just a bit. Since it's sleeping, it's not doing much, but it would increase to the normal rating when it finally does become day. And then for nocturnal creatures, of course, it'd be the opposite. Their rating would increase during the night when they're active and actually doing stuff interesting, not just sleeping. So this would make the player a bit more wary on the actual choice of dino or creature that they want. Jurassic World Evolution, the franchise, is amazing in the fact that it gives the players so much choice over what creature they want, where they want to put it, how many they want, and a bunch of other things. I mean, it's a park management sim. But by adding in this slim and tiny feature, it would make the game just a tinge more enjoyably challenging. Not just challenging, but I think it'd be pretty enjoyable. It's something cool. It makes you feel like you're actually, it's more realistic. It feels like you're actually dealing with real creatures. Because now if the player was focusing just on rating for beating challenges or for other parks, they would have to make sure they take into account which dino they actually should use, because the ratings could fluctuate just enough that could matter in getting that 5th star. But, on the other hand, it also wouldn't disrupt the gameplay style or options to choose enough to make it a bad game feature. So basically, if you would want it, you could use it to your advantage, but if you didn't like it and didn't want to use it, you could just ignore it and continue playing because the rating wouldn't change that much. Basically, if you wouldn't want it, you probably wouldn't be worried about rating anyway. So you'd just be taking a minor rating decrease here or there, which would not be that big of a deal. Another point I wanted to make was that in Jurassic World Evolution 1, some maps are always set at nighttime with no day and night cycle on that said map. Some are also set at dawn or dusk as well, without any time change at all. So if Jurassic World Evolution 3 would incorporate this into their game, then players would be strongly encouraged to, not forced, but strongly encouraged to use whatever creatures are more active during the map set time. Especially if they were doing challenges or something like that on it, or they wanted to get the biggest rating, or they wanted to play the game more realistically. So you could use whatever dinos you would like to and not follow this at all, and it's perfectly fine, because that's the joy and the freedom of choice that Jurassic World Evolution gives you. Overall, I think a new gameplay feature such as this would give more life to the assets in the game and would add a little extra challenge into the park management gameplay without becoming a nuisance. In addition, it should be somewhat easy to implement into the game, just adding some new animations and new animation times for things such as laying down or sleeping. And if worst comes to worst and the feature would be game breaking, even though I really don't think it would, then Frontier could just add a switch in the settings to easily turn the feature on and off, so you wouldn't have to worry about it at all. But what do you guys think of this idea? Do you think it's in the realm of possibility, or do you think it's too crazy? And would you enjoy a feature such as this? To be honest, I would. I would be very, very interested and intrigued with it, because I really like what they do with the cohabitation stuff now, and with the different territories each dinosaur has. I think that is very, very neat, and I'm glad that Frontier added that. But please let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, as I would really like to hear everyone's opinion on this, because this is something I just thought about, but I mean, it could be, I think it is in the realm of possibility. I'm not saying it will happen or could happen, but I'm saying that maybe down the line, even if they added it into an update, like, I could see it happening, basically. But if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, please like and subscribe to the channel, as it really does support me, and I truly and really, really do appreciate it. But thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace out.